IVM.
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to ask everyone for a quick favor. We're running a brand survey right now and would really appreciate it if you could let us know what you think about the advertising on IVM. Go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and do let us know. As part of this, we'll be selecting 10 random participants and sending them some IVM swag, so do fill out those surveys.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today's fun fact of the day has to do with the French monarchy. Did you know that Louis XIII, the King of France, during the early 17th century, appointed a royal anagrammatist for a very large salary? A person just to make anagrams for his court. And an anagram is a word or a phrase that can have its letters rearranged to form something completely different or a different word. For example, the brand name Spandex is an anagram for the word expands. Or the word dormitory is an anagram for dirty room. And if you've ever stayed in a dorm, you know exactly how accurate that is. Or the word, and this is a controversial one, mother-in-law is an anagram for woman Hitler. So, as you can see, you can have a lot of fun with these anagrams. No wonder the King of France hired an expert. Today, I want to talk about one anagram in particular. If you rearrange the words of the letter sword, S-W-O-R-D, you can spell words, W-O-R-D-S. We often don't think about it, but the words we use every single day are like weapons. And imagine if we treated the words we used like sharp objects or blades. Imagine if we actually use them carefully. Words have the power to cut a person down, to hurt their self-belief, to subjugate them. They are weapons that we can wield around. They can make a person feel shame and guilt for having done nothing at all. Words can tell a lie, spin a tale of deceit and mistrust. Ask anyone who's been in an emotionally abusive relationship or a relationship with a person who's narcissistic, and you will know just how much pain words can cause. They can kill a person or his spirit. Yet the worst is that you cannot see the signs of wounds. Unlike a real blade, the cuts caused by words are invisible. They lie deep within the person. Everything seems amazing on the outside, yet inside are the deep gashes and scars from the past. Worst yet are words we use on ourselves, the words we use to describe ourselves, the words we identify with. For example, I am like this, or I am like that. These words are as good as blades used for self-harm. Every time you call yourself lazy, fat, useless, worthless, weak, good for nothing, all of these are self-inflicted wounds, little cuts we place deep inside ourselves, and the scars remain long, long after. Now ask yourself, how often do you pause to consider the impact of each of the words you speak? To yourself or to others? Do you consider the effect? How they will affect the other person? What pain they may receive? Most of us consider words to be free, empty, inconsequential, and hence we talk without thinking. We all know friends with verbal diarrhea. They just vomit out things without passing or pausing to reflect. As your habit coach, I want you to realize the words that escape your lips have the power to hurt or the power to heal. And the choice is yours. Imagine if you paused for a moment and chose what to take out, a blade or a band-aid. Imagine what a beautiful world we would create. So your simple habit starts by pausing before you speak. Ask yourself, what shall I use? Shall I speak kindly and encouragingly? Or shall I strike the person down and wound them? You will begin to notice how many times we hurt people without us intending to. Words are like swords. Wear them with pride, but use them with care. Usually in a podcast, it's me who speaks to you and you who listens. But I've been seeing your comments and it's time. It's me listening to you. Following the overwhelming success of this podcast, the good folks at IVM Podcast Network have decided to come up with a Kannada adaptation of the show for those who prefer listening to it in that language. Do make sure you let your Kannada speaking friends know about this as well. So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome180.
Hello, everybody. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. This week on Khel Niti, Vinod Kambli joins Rajiv Mishra and Nikhil Chopra. They discuss India's terrible loss against New Zealand and the team's strategy ahead. This week on Marathi Kitkitun, Dr. Rajiv and Manik Deshmukh are joined by Shekhar Naniwadekar to talk about the Raigad Fort in Maharashtra. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth sheds light on how we can build and utilize that ever-elusive quality personal soft power. And on Shunya One, Sheila Ditya and myself talk to Rajat Chikar, co-founder of DealShare. We discuss the journey of DealShare and how the e-commerce audiences have evolved over time. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week: Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quarter, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Slate Coffee, Intel, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and Oxfam India. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Don't you think that if everyone around you is getting smart, you better be smarter? Hey there, I'm the traveling professor Siddharth Deshmukh, and I'm back with season 2 of my podcast to make you smarter. Smarter with Sid. What's this season's focus about? Well, it's about 10-minute nuggets that will make you stand out at work. It's time to go from smart to smarter. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday and become smarter with Sid.